when Kendrick dropped To Pimp a Butterfly. Yo. So that happened, and there was just like a lot of other things going on, and I think me and Howard were literally just meeting to like console each other, and it just happened, and it was beautiful, and it was amazing, and it was sad, but and we took our time sharing it because I think it's a very vulnerable piece for both of us.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things. I think it's it's heavy and intentionally so, and I think it's a critique on what we've been like accustomed to learning and like digesting thus far, both like in rap and outside of it, and just really trying to go through that process. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Blind Progress. Blind Progress.
Rap died as an art and was reincarnated as a money-making machine that operates in the back room of unscrupulous monsters of the day. Nowadays, little black boys don't have real worth, guidance, or the face of Malcolm X plastered on their wall. I guess they take things for face value nowadays because what's a dead man's word to the overshadowing empire of bad boy rappers? These little boys, they forget that before those words made millions, they actually had value.
We are letting them stomp onto the chains of our ancestors until it's grounded into dust and transforms into the white powders of our streets, being sprinkled into our youth's eyes at night. So when dawn awakes, they are blinded by our now and cannot recognize their past.
Why are you following me?
Don't shoot.
I can't breathe.
I'm a student of UVA.
Black Lives Matter.
What are these words without a story? And what is a story without history? Our marginalized little boys and girls are so far removed from the body of their story, they might as well be peeking over those red lines on loose leaf. I never knew something so thin could be so loose, but something so heavy could feel so constricted, and all we want to do is take the chains off and be free. They are watching our blackness repeatedly saturate the page of history in a devil red that bleeds just as much as it did 152 years ago.
His mother held his life softly in her hands, but it was only for a moment. And as the tragic beauty of that moment was no longer existing, the world shifted. And his legacy dropped in between the cracks of a sidewalk and vanished into the archives of our real priorities. It's almost laughable that the love and skin color of two people will only produce children who can only be hated because people can't see love. Just that 1 millimeter thick mass of cells keeping us whole, that layer of skin we depend on to remain human.
And I'll let Drake sit there running through the 6, but I have woes that are far beyond finding myself, because it doesn't matter whether or not our mothers colored us educated, respectful, or loving. We are black unknown horror, and man's greatest fear is the unknown. The modern day overseeing blue shields are trying to beat our black boys back into the nice clothes their mothers sent them out in. But all they've done is cast themselves as blue devil gangsters with a license from society to continue the not so silent massacre of black America.
Let Kendrick tell you about the gangsters sitting up on Capitol Hill, refusing to look at the blood-soaked image of themselves and the lives they've taken on their own blocks, but please forgive him. He's just a mortal man trying to make sense of it all, and after a certain point, we have to build ourselves up, not just to be proud, but to act. This life is no fairy tale,
no picture,
and no fable.
Yes, this life is filled with blessings and good days, but can be overpopulated by cries, yells, and imprisoned sentences. Like words held captive. The inspiration is gone. The days of holding on to your unknown brother and sister's hands for dear life are no more. The days of holding on to your unknown brother and sister's hands to walk across the bridge of death into life is non-existent. But damn, someone passed me the defibrillator, because when is it okay to let the heart stop pumping of your fellow man in your own culture?
Never. Since when is it okay to accept death as a pioneer for silencing your voice? Never.
For we know that no one should have the final say but us. rap culture that we so often cling to for guidance sometimes has a habit that it is practiced all too well of glorifying the dead. No one 6 feet deep can taste the liquor falling out of the bottle. Silent down there. Dark, freezing, dirty. Big Pac, Big L, Pun, and Fife are all asleep for eternity. Let us listen to the silence as it tells us the value there is in life.
Leslie McSpadden is not Kendrick Lamar. She can't mortal man her son because he isn't Pac. He didn't die a beautiful death. He is exactly what rap forgot to tell its people when it sent notes of gunshots and false death to the ears of our misled boys. Don't be fooled, my sons. Death has no comeback. Only an ever-reigning control over the hearts of your loved ones. It has no mercy, no respect, no hope, and no love. Death. Well, death is more infinite than the meaning itself.
Yet here we are being provoked to stand finite, limited, and boxed in, right? A wall on each side of you, a flat surface beneath you, and a solid block of darkness every time you look up. And the only way you can shatter this box is to intricately string letters next to each other until they become a rope for your dreams to hold on to. Meanwhile, your dreams are climbing the rope and nightmares are biting at their feet. You must scream,
be loud, be bold, yell!
Until the rope bursts and dreams ascend to the land of reality. Nightmares are not welcome here. Neither is death. Just a whole lot of room for the ground to break and for your voice to make the type of noise that alerts all of rap's fallen legends that it is now safe to rise again.
The only thing poetic about the struggle is everything but the fall and the fallen. It is the musings of phoenix-colored nations trailblazing a path to glory. Listen to me.
See me.
I do not need your colorblind theory because my gray matter can debilitate every attempt made to quell the anger currently roaring inside of these souls. I'm not asking for your fucking tolerance. I'm demanding respect.
I'm demanding for you to step the hell out of my breathing space because my lungs require the type of air my ancestors sent prayers of hope from. My children can raise their fists. The clouds will come down, wrap around their knuckles, and pull them up to the heavens so you can no longer ignore their worth.
When you're faced to look up at them.
Maybe then will you come face to abdomen with the reality they face from dusk till dawn.
Because right now,
you think of them as minuscule. And when someone's smaller than you,
it's easy to overlook them.
It's easy to overpower them.
It's easy to make blind progress.